we're going to pick up from where we left off yesterday. And it's important. It's important because, viewers, the Supreme Court has thankfully put an end to a carefully planned campaign to bury excesses by Islamist radicals. Today, in a verdict that must be welcomed by all Indians, especially those who are opposed to radicalism, the Apex Court Chief Justice of India-led bench lifted the ban on the film Kerala Story in Bengal and the de facto ban, as it's being called, on the movie in Tamil Nadu. In Bengal, the Mamata Banerjee government had banned the movie Kerala Story that has inspired by real life stories of scores of unsuspecting women brainwashed, converted, and radicalized to serve the dreaded Islamist terrorists of the Islamic State in ways, viewers, I can't even mention here. Ordinarily, any Indian who wanted to serve the public interest should have had no problem with a movie that brings out into the mainstream the suffering on women who have had to endure this ordeal that strips them of their Hindu dharma and dignity. Because I'm not making it religious, but it is that, unfortunately. It tells the story of how certain radicalized individuals who have no concern for interfaith relations went about diabolically, premeditatedly, predatory manner, viewers, to lure Hindu women, make them disavow their faith, adopt another, only to exploit them. But sadly, viewers, the Bengal government hid behind some rather inexplicable, I won't call them flimsy, but inexplicable excuses to justify the ban on the film. The Tamil Nadu government also presented equally unjustifiable reasons to explain the de facto ban in that state. Luckily, the Supreme Court saw through what I can only say was a ruse, viewers. The Supreme Court, while staying the ban imposed by the West Bengal government, said that the order suffers, that is, the order to ban suffers from overbreadth and is not based on any material produced before the court. Responding to filmmakers' argument that the movie was banned based on the opinion of just 12 to 13 people who said that it may lead to riots, the Apex Court said that public emotion, in this case the opposition to the movie, can't determine the right to free speech. And if that happens, one would end up watching only sports and cartoons. That's what, viewers, the Supreme Court said. Now, viewers, just think about it. If everyone in this country had a veto, then we'd have a problem, would we not? Anyhow, listen in, viewers, to some reactions that have come from the legal community on this.
All that has happened today is that today we have a stay on the ban imposed by West Bengal. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, the statement is recorded. Therefore, the exhibition of the film can go on in Tamil Nadu basis the statement today by the council, and there can't be any direct or indirect imposition of any restriction on the exhibition of the film. This is all that has happened, and the matters are all posted on 18th of July and reopened.
The Supreme Court also emphasized that providing security to theatres and moviegoers is the state's responsibility, and the state of Tamil Nadu or West Bengal can't hide behind the presumption that there's going to be violence, and therefore there needs to be some sort of action. Viewers, the Supreme Court also directed the Tamil Nadu government to facilitate the same, which is ensure that cinema hall owners feel secure enough to play out this film. However, those who have since day one tried to block the movie still won't budge from their stand and insist that the movie is meant to hurt and divide, which is so irresponsible, viewers, because would the Supreme Court be complicit in any ill-intentioned move that would lead to a breakdown of public order? No, viewers, it would not. But nonetheless, listen in to how these individuals continue to justify their misplaced agenda of smothering bigotry, the truth about bigotry in this country. Listen to this, viewers.
पश्चिम बंगाल की सरकार और ममता बनर्जी ने केरल स्टोरी पर रोक इसलिए लगाया था कि पश्चिम बंगाल के समाज को वो तोड़ना चाहते हैं। हिंदू मुसलमान के नाम पर उसको बांटकर फिर मुसलमान का सामने जाकर बोलना, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी तुम्हारा खिलाफ है। क्या पश्चिम बंगाल के मुसलमान इस हिंदुस्तान को नापाक मानते हैं? ऐसे डिसीजन पे तो ममता बनर्जी ने आईएसआईएस का साथ एक ही लाइन में सारे मुसलमान को खड़ा कर दिया। हम लोग ये विश्वास करते हैं पश्चिम बंगाल के अल्पसंख्यक समाज उसको खिलाफ आवाज उठाएंगे। ममता बनर्जी का डिवाइसिव पॉलिटिक्स जो है, तोड़ने वाला जो राजनीति है, बस समाज को बांटने का राजनीति, इसका खिलाफ आवाज उठाएंगे।
We are saying that in the best interests of Bengal, the Mamata Banerjee took the call in the initial stages and she banned the cinema. Now, it is the fundamental right of every citizen of the country to go to the courts of law, which the producer did. The Supreme Court has given its observation. Now, following this, Honorable Chief Minister, what action she will take is, Didi will say, it's not possible for me to say.
Viewers, during the hearing, the bench also questioned the claim made by the filmmakers that 32,000 women have been deceitfully converted to Islam. The producers admitted that there is no authentic data to back up that claim and that a disclaimer will be added stating the same. However, the fact that such incidents take place, that this radicalization that has been now described as, viewers, love jihad is undisputed. That's what, viewers, the survivors have said, have come out in public to say. Now, viewers, let's go straight across to one of the survivors of this atrocity. She is Shruti, the lifetime worker of Arsha Vidya Samajam. Now, Shruti, first of all, your story will be told, the story of hundreds, if not thousands, of women who have survived this horrific assault on their dignity will be told. What did you think when some of these states imposed this ban? What went through your mind?
We feel very sad because we feel that this government of Bengal and government of Tamil Nadu is mocking at the or teasing at the feelings of victims who faced this conversion, radicalization and indoctrination and all. See, what is that it depicted in that movie? That should be watched first. Without watching, without knowing what is depicted in that movie, banning it is not a good thing, I think, because the movie speaks about what is love trap jihad, how it happens, and the movie speaks about what is the strategical and which is existing in our country, and the movie speaks about terrorism, and the movie speaks about how people were recruited towards a terrorist group like IS. So without watching and without clearly understanding what the movie speaks about, why people are thinking that it is against a community, not some, it is against a community. The movie speaks about a group of people who are doing purposefully, a planned and organized way, conversion, love trap, jihad, everything they are doing. No, the movie speaks about that. why these people are getting agitated on this matter? If they are not supporting the terrorism, they should support this movie, no? We feel that this government, those who should ban this movie and all, no, supporting the terrorism, supporting the loud trap jihadis. That is we feel.
Well, I think Shruti couldn't have put it better. Viewers, I think this is a fabulous response from Shruti. Those people, viewers, who tried to ban this movie are actually supporting terrorism. That's what she's saying. This is not against a community. This is against a group of radicals. And viewers, they exist in every community. There are people who break the law. There are people who want to do things which hurt the larger interests of society. And they come in different shapes and forms. Unfortunately, in our country, there are a group of individuals who are aligned to terrorist organizations who are doing this to benefit those terrorist organizations. And therefore, viewers, those who are banning this movie are actually abetting in the conspiracy of silence to keep all this under the radar. And it is shocking. And I want to open this up. Thank you, Shruti, for joining us. I know you're on the road, and I know that you're spreading your story and you're trying to tell this story to many others. Thank you for taking the time out. God be with you. May God give you more power and obviously the blessings that you so truly deserve. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you very much. I want to open this up further, viewers, and I want to bring into this Riju Dutta, the national spokesperson of the TMC. Mr. Dutta, today a survivor is telling you that you're abetting in perhaps the biggest disservice that could be done to people who have been stripped of their dignity. And we are talking about thousands of women. And this is being done by a government that is led by a woman. Isn't that ironical, sir? I mean, are you so today worried about, I don't know what, vote bank or God alone knows what, I hope it's not that, that you would have gone out of your way to suppress one of the most dehumanizing atrocities that could ever be inflicted upon a woman's soul?
Okay. Now, before I come and give you an answer on this, I would like to draw your and your viewers' attention to a Supreme Court verdict given not few days ago, not too far back, which states that the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice will be very strict on hate speeches. That envelopes public, politicians, political parties, social organizations, as well as the media. So we should all be very careful in what we speak and what we try to propagate. Number one. Number two, from 2014, there is a pro-Hindu government in this country. What is the official figure of women who are so-called converted into other religions and sent into terrorist organizations? The Supreme Court was asking for the answer to the Honorable Counsel, Mr. Harish Salve, and he said, I cannot give you that number. We are not running the central government. The central government is run by the BJP. What is the official number of conversions on which this movie is being made? Let BJP give that figure. Point number one. Point number two, the Honorable Counsel, Mr. Harish Salve, mentioned to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court mentioned this in the judgment, that the film represents, and I quote, the film represents a fictional version of the subject matter. If that disclaimer was there, we have nothing against the film. But this film was used in the election rally by none other than the Honorable Prime Minister of India in the Karnataka election. Now, whether Bajrangbali and the daughters of Karnataka rejected BJP and Pradhan Mantri, I am not going into that. But it was used by a political party in an election rally. So, and I will also make your viewers remember that Yogi Adityanath openly campaigned against banning Pathan. So, you know, this double standard is in public view. Why Bengal banned it? Very simple. Law and order, state subject. Our intelligence input stated that there could be an untoward incident like Akola in Bengal. We wanted to stop that. We posed a ban. We welcome the judgment of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has given the disclaimers. The producer will put the disclaimers. Now run the down in.
Okay.
Riju, but
So,
be more...
Riju Datta, just one small thing. I just want to take you back down memory lane. You know, we had a time when Mamta Banerjee stood for the rights of a woman called Taslima Nasreen.
Of course.
You remember that? And the book that she wrote, the left government said would disturb the public order. And Mamta Banerjee marched for Taslima Nasreen. And you know who brutalized Taslima Nasreen at a press conference? The members of a political party that Mr. Waris Pathan belongs to, and he's sitting right next to you on your panel. Today, sir, by saying what you have saying, you have done two things. You are doubting the stories of several women that have swallowed.
BJP government.
One second, sir. Let me finish. Mr. Datta, I never interrupted you. I let you speak. I never interrupt you. You know that. I'm way too polite. So you have to extend that courtesy to me.
Sure.
I know what I say is backed by hard facts, and I have many more, and it's going to sting you, and you will want to jump in and try to disrupt me so that I don't speak. You have tried that. You have tried that by putting cases on me. Your government has. It's not going to work. But I'm just going to tell you the facts, because I know the commitment that you have demonstrated to free speech. At least Mamta Banerjee in the past, when it came to Taslima Nasreen, she was brutalized, and Mamta Banerjee viewers stood by her like a rock because she believed that it was a story that needed to be told against the cruelties of patriarchy. That Mamta Banerjee today, viewers, is letting down Shruti and several other women. Why? I'll tell you the real reason, and I'll put it on your screens, viewers. Because no one wants to, in the name of this false secularism, talk about what is inconvenient. Why? Because it has implications. Vote bank implications. Don't go by, oh, this movie is going to spawn violence. Viewers, this movie has been seen by lakhs of Indians who have spent almost 150 crores. It's a record-making film in every other state of this country, and there has been no violence. Let me tell you this, viewers. People have come out saying, we stand warned. And that is the intent of the film. Even if this film was based on the story of one person, and there are films that have been based on the story of one person, it deserves to be seen, viewers, because it stands as a warning. A warning against what? Viewers, that there are terrorists in this country who are preying on our daughters, on our wives, on our sisters. And a woman chief minister doesn't think that that is an important enough issue. It scares me, viewers. It scares me. And I'll tell you something else. By doubting the stories of these women, you are forcing them to think that what was done to them is not worthy of being spoken about, because they are going to be accused, viewers, of being part of some BJP project. Can you believe it, viewers? Can you believe it? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say today.
Let me know and I can come to you.
No, please, sir. I mean, the Supreme Court has told you that you can't go by the views of 10 or 13 people. And you did that, because I'll tell you why, viewers. There is a vote bank, and I'll tell you how it votes. I'm not going to say anything much more. I'm going to put the statistics out for you on your screens. I'll have you read them, viewers. I'm not going to today put any words in your mouth. So the real story behind the Bengal ban, why this ban has been put up. Sharif Bhai, can you fire that graphics? Come on, do it. 2006 is one number. 2011 is another. 2014 is another. 2016 is another. 2019, 2021. Who is playing politics? Riju Datta, respond please.
I will respond this. I will give you even a better statistics.
2023 Karnataka elections, 88% Muslims voted for Congress.
But then you will say, and Shehzad will say, "Arey, Muslim appeasement, Bengal, 75%."
They also oppose this movie.
Sir, they have also opposed it. They are in partnership in Tamil Nadu, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is on record, and in Jharkhand, sir, please.
Opposed it, and Kerala also opposed it.
Now you are interrupting.
He's actually proven our claims.
That is what you preach.
He's proven our claims. He's proven our claims.
Let him speak.
My counter question is, Mamata Banerjee is doing Muslim appeasement, if Congress is doing a Muslim appeasement,
Yes.
then Shehzad Poonawalla to Narendra Modi, why they cannot, make sure that the Hindus vote for them? Why are Hindus not voting en masse for them? The question is here. The question is the people.
Is that a challenge?
No, 1 second.
Is that a
There's
challenge
very
to the
simple
Hindu
response to
community?
this.
No, he's saying the
one second.
Muslims
No,
consolidate, the
please.
Hindus should
Don't
consolidate.
I don't even want to go down that route.
Exactly. It's
Because
not the
viewers,
debate.
how contemptuous it is to think that a Muslim and a Hindu, no, 1 second. This is their mindset, viewers. They believe. It's not mine, sir. It is clearly yours because you are the ones who have given primacy to vote banks. And you are the ones, sir. Dr. Saab, please. Dr. Dutta. नहीं आप बोलिए सर बोलिए आप मुझे आपको क्या बताऊं
You are concerned about daughter.
Can we all come into the debate?
Let him finish
16 minutes.
Yeah, 1 second.
जो जंतर मंतर में बैठे हैं वो हमारी बेटियां नहीं है 20 minutes from PM residence. I know it is whataboutery. Manipur is still burning today. Daughters of all the clans, there is ethnic cleansing going on. Burn, beaten, rape. Nobody is going there. Amit Shah went to Manipur. No. Prime Minister went to Jantar Mantar. No. POSCO Act or a BJP MP is roaming scot-free. Rahul, if there is POSCO Act on me, you or Shehzad, we would have been behind bars.
Sir, Dr. Dutta.
And what about we?
Can I finish? Yes. No. Dr. Dutta, the Supreme Court has read out the Riot Act to you today. Okay. I haven't. This is not Rahul Shivshankar's views. These are the Chief Justice of India. If you think his logic is flawed and he's conspiring in abetting slander against one community, sir, that is your call, not mine. I will not in any way endorse that because I know that is contempt. If you want to hold the Chief Justice of India in contempt and accuse him of playing into the BJP's hands and all that. Now, secondly, viewers, let me tell you. Look who's obsessed about the vote bank and talking about communities. They're saying Hindus should vote for BJP. Why should Hindus vote for BJP?
Correct.
So why should the BJP only get Hindu votes? And I can't understand this. We are Indians. We are not here practicing apartheid that Hindus must vote for this and Muslims must vote for that. That's ridiculous, viewers. That is the mentality. That is what they're prisoners to. And that is why the ban. I told you, viewers, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to put out statistics. And they say that, oh, Congress is the one also apart from the TMC that has opposed this film, viewers. Because we know. We know. Because that is their politics, their mindset. Let us split societies into identity groups and then feast off them. That is what has been going on since 1947. That is a real story. And viewers, how they burnt when the Kashmir files were released. How they denied a genocide, of which, viewers, I am actually can testify to. Anyhow, I don't want to go down that route. I think you all understand. I want to open this up. Shehzad Poonawalla, you want to respond? Yes, Rahul Ishwar, 1 second. I'll bring in Waris Pathan also. And then there is Dr. Raman, who's also waiting very patiently. But Shehzad Poonawalla, please respond. That the Bengal government says that they still believe that releasing this movie is playing into your politics of communal, as you know, consolidation of a Hindu vote bank. And it is part of your political lexicography. And therefore, you want this movie out. So you can demonize one community.
From Ma Mati Manush Triple M to barbaric Baghdadi Brigade Triple B, the political conversion of TMC has a vote bank story and a hypocrisy story attached to it. And actually, it is the vote bank story and hypocrisy story that should be banned, not the Kerala story. By the way, if Kerala story was a fictional account, Achyutanandan, Oman Chandy, Kerala Church, Kerala High Court, all of them have spoken about this in great length. Perhaps they were not giving fictional accounts or they were not part of the BJP ecosystem. Now, whether it's one case or whether it's two cases, 31,000 cases or 35,000 cases, the figure is not important. important. As Rahul Ishwar has said, it is the existence of the problem, not the extent of the problem that we should talk about. And today, Mr. Riju Dutta in a sense has acknowledged, yes, the problem does exist. He says that the problem does exist, but it doesn't exist in this Sankhya. But I ask you, the hypocrisy stands here. When 25 cases, 1 second, Mr. Riju, please have your turn and you can speak in your turn, I'll speak in mine. When there were 20 to 25 lynchings, the entire country can become Lynchistan. But if there are 26 documented cases a filmmaker wants to make a film on, well, why do you show this number? Don't show this number. Why have you made it a higher number? When Kashmir Files Vivek Agnihotri documented 31 cases and there were 30,000 killings, he documented 31 cases. They had a problem with that also. So figure बढ़ा के दिखाए तब भी problem. Figure कम करके दिखाए तब भी problem. The problem is what? The hypocrisy. These advocates of so-called free speech. Today, please tell me that when they were screening documentaries based on complete falsehoods after Supreme Court verdicts in Wayanad to every nook and corner of this country, today why were they in the first row to ban a film which has been made and cleared by the CBFC? Secondly, the Congress party tried to ban the film in Jharkhand. They opposed the film in Kerala. There was somebody who said death threat to the filmmakers. There is somebody who has banned the film. I just have one question. The film shows the truth about ISIS and Baghdadi Brigade. Why are you so perturbed in the name of vote bank politics, from Shah Banu to Shaira Banu to now? Every time they have sacrificed women's rights and empowerment at the altar of vote bank politics.
Miss Shruti, who joined us at the top of the show, Mr. Pathan, and I want to bring in Rahul Ishwar right after and Dr. Raman right after that. Waris Pathan Saab, she said this movie exposes terrorists. So why should we bother whether the filmmakers are spewing hate against terrorists?
Yes.
Are they deserving of love? Love trap. Should we love them, embrace them?
Well, Rahul, I would like you to extend to me the same courtesy which you extended to Shehzad Poonawalla and the others. Today, the Supreme Court has passed the order, and in the order they have clearly mentioned that the makers of the film should ensure that the films carry a disclaimer stating that it is a fictionalized account of events and there is no data to back its claim that 32,000 women in Kerala were forced to convert and join the ISIS. So why did the initial teaser and the trailer show that 32,000 women have been killed? Because they wanted to spread lies, propaganda and hatred, thereby earning some few bucks. Now one more thing. Yesterday I met the producer, the director and the heroine of the film in one of the studios. They had come to debate on the Kerala story. I asked them, sir, why do you remain there? I would like to ask a question. They said, no, we don't want to debate. We don't want to answer to any questions. And they literally ran away from the studio without even attending to the debate. Why? Because they knew that I would be exposing them.
Oh.
Allow me, I did not interrupt when you were making your point. They ran away from the studio. Now come on, second, point, Rahul. What is the after effect of the film? What is the after effect of the film? Kindly see, in Jaipur, Sadhvi Prachi went to watch the movie. After the movie got over, she stood in the theatre in front of the audience. She started spewing venom against the Muslim community. The speech is on record. Now, what is government doing there? When the Supreme Court clearly said that whosoever gives a hate speech, it is the responsibility of the state government to suo moto register an offence against that person. Why no offence is registered against that? In Mumbai, I have got several videos to show that people who are coming out of the theatre are spewing venom against the Muslim community. We hate the Muslims. We hate the Muslims. They are bad people. And see, everybody is against the ISIS. We were the first to condemn the ISIS and say Baghdadi, the hand of dog. We have been condemning the terrorism activities all throughout. But you spread lies and hatred and you target a particular community for earning few bucks. Why did you ban Parzania in Gujarat? If freedom of speech and expression is there, what made the government ban Parzania in Gujarat? Why did the BBC documentary which shows the program of Gujarat 2002, whose main superstar, everybody know who was he, but they did not allow to project it. I wanted to watch the movie. Our students in Jamia and other universities, they wanted to watch the movie, but Modi did not allow us. So this is the thing the Modi government wants to inculcate. They want to see that whatever we do is right. But the Karnataka people have shown them. Howsoever you try to polarize the situation, we won't go with you. They brought the UCC. They brought the
UCC. One second.
They brought the halal bid. They brought everything. They
one second.
Reservation point.
One second, sir. 1 second. I just want 1 second.
And see the result.
One second, Pathan Saab, I just want to fact check you. There was no ban on Parzania, no official ban on Parzania in Gujarat. So you're lying on national television.
No, Gujarat it was banned.
No,
Kindly
sir.
recheck again.
No, sir. There was no official ban. No, there was no official. Excuse me. Let me finish. Let me finish. Sir,
and so there was a
I
ban
want
on
you to
Parzania
prove, I want you to today show me where you are getting this information from. Number one. My question to you.
I will show you.
One second. Show me.
I will show you.
My question to you. My question to you, sir. Show me the official document from the Gujarat government banning Parzania. Show it to me. Show me the notification. Show it to me. I don't want you to, sir, fall.
I will show.
Show me the notification.
I will show you everything.
Show me the notification. Number one. This is not the first time Mr. Pathan has been. One second. Has been fast and loose with the facts.
Why was the BBC?
Now don't change it to BBC. Don't change it to BBC. Don't change it to BBC. You talked about Parzania proof. Show me the notification, the government order.
Very much on that.
Number one. Yeah. Number two, viewers.
I am showing.
Okay. Relax.
Allow me then. I
will show you, sir. You will show me. It's okay. We have the time. I want you to show it to me. Secondly, viewers, what was the question we asked of him? The question we said was that Miss Shruti said, who we spoke to right at the beginning of the show, viewers, why should anyone have a problem, whether there is a fiction or it is a real story depicting the atrocities being committed by terrorists? How does that have anything to do with the Muslim community? How does that have anything to do with the Muslim community? Viewers, it has nothing to do with the Muslim community. Nothing. This is a movie about terrorists, and viewers, Indian Muslims do not support these terrorists. They have shown it to us, they have proved it to us. But I can tell you one thing, Waris Pathan Saab, don't talk about hate speech. This Sadhvi Prachi has been booked, right? I want to ask you, what action has been taken by the Aghadi government against your member of parliament, the esteemed member of parliament, who spewed hate and threatened to hang a woman from the BJP, Nupur Sharma, from the Aurangabad. No, hang on. And what happened when you, sir, what happened, sir? Excuse me. Let me finish, sir. No, this is not fair. I'm asking you my question.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me tell you, viewers, here are the facts. February 7th. Sir, please, I beg you, don't do this. Don't do this. You were made to apologize by your party for wishing the Hindu community on a festival they revere. Am I wrong?
Who said false?
Oh,
false.
Come on.
False.
Come on.
False statement. Yes, you are wrong.
Okay.
Totally wrong. Nobody forced me to apologize.
Now, viewers,
for anything. You are wrong.
on the question,
you are lying before the entire nation.
I'm not, sir. I'm not lying. Please, you issued a public apology. You said you issued a public apology for wishing Hindus on a revered festival. Come on, sir. Please, come on. Don't. Okay, fine. Why did you have to issue a public apology? Fine. Why did you have to issue a public apology about greeting? Why did you have to tender a public apology about wishing Hindus on their festival?
Waris Pathan tenders apology for chanting Ganpati Bappa Moria.
There you go.
Right. You were right.
Waris Pathan apologizes for chanting Ganpati Bappa Moria, and this is in Maharashtra. It's a cultural phenomenon for everyone to chant this.
Let me open this up. Let me bring in Rahul Ishwar and Dr.
But may I just ask one question to just one question? We'll take one line.
No, you ask me the question. One second. One second. February 7th, 2007, viewers. Gujarat's multiplex owners today decided not to screen Parzania. Okay, that's one. Rahul Dholakia, the filmmaker of Parzania, told Times of India in 2000 as well, quote, film exhibitors of Gujarat have refused to screen the movie, unquote. Viewers, the government of Gujarat never said anything.
That's right.
They did it themselves. Now that is a problem between the filmmakers and the exhibitors.
They could have gone to court.
1 second, sir. They could have gone to court. They could have done what people have done, the filmmakers have done in Tamil Nadu. But they didn't. Why? I don't know, viewers. There was no official ban. Okay. Now, Rahul Ishwar, how do you respond to Waris Pathan?
Rahul Shivshankar, two submissions. First of all, Waris Pradhan Saab, I was the person who first filed a complaint against Sadhvi Prachi in 2016 for her Muslim book Bharat comment. If need be, we will file it in future too, because fringes never make the mainstream. Second, thank you to Times Now and respect to Rahul Shivshankar for presenting Shruti, who is personally known to me. I have been to Arsha Vidya Samaj. They are doing good work. Thank you for raising their concern, voice and pain in national television. It takes a lot for them to come out and talk about their personal life, and respect to Shruti for doing this, because this is not an easy job for a girl who has been subjected to such trauma. So respect for her. Third, Supreme Court took a brilliant and balanced stand regarding this. Supreme Court rightfully allowed the movie not to be banned in any state. Second, it also told 32,000 numbers are disputable, so give a disclaimer. See, this is the very critical balance that Supreme Court has taken. People like me have been saying from the beginning that you dispute the number, but don't ban the movie. And most importantly, this is the slippery slope Tamil Nadu and West Bengal is taking. That means they are admitting their government is weak so that they cannot prevent any untoward incident. It is admitting weakness. This is a slippery slope. Tomorrow, any group, may it be from any party or any community, can use this as a leverage, saying that we cannot give ourselves to street veto. That is a dangerous slippery slope that can be misused by anyone. Tomorrow, some other movie may come, some other movie may come. So anybody can use this, saying that we will create a sense of fear and you will succumb to it. So please remember, even Kerala didn't ban it. Kerala, many people in Kerala strongly criticized it. People like Shashi Tharoor criticized it, but nobody called for a ban. But unfortunately, Mamata Didi went a step ahead, maybe because of her own concerns, and she overdid it. That's the unfortunate thing. See, criticize the movie, attack the movie, dispute the statistics, but don't ban the movie. Okay. Because the movie also shows the reality of the lives of many people. We all personally know. And I will conclude with the statement. These are people who are personally known to us. People like Nimisha Fatima, her mother, she has been running from pillar to post. So don't degrade and don't insult the real pain of people who have been there. Yes, dispute the 32,000 number, but please don't denigrate the real trauma and pain that many girls have suffered in India. That's the reason why we should fight Islamism without Islamophobia. You debate the number, as Shehzad was quoting earlier. You debate the extent, but please don't deny the existence. This is a reality, and even Mahatma Gandhi's son Harilal was subjected to forced conversion. If Harilal, Gandhiji's son, can be subjected to forced conversion,
let me tell you one thing.
These small girls?
Viewers, even if this, and it's a big if, even if this movie was fiction, who are we to ban any movie, any creative endeavor?
Yes.
If the government of the day, it's been passed even by the censors in Britain, viewers, where the government is on record to talk about grooming jihad. Now, Dr. Raman, I'm sure you're not one of those who belong to the ban brigade, for God's sakes. I'm not going to put it past others who have political reasons, but I'm sure you are not one of those. We have taken a position on this channel. You were there with me, I think, in one of the debates where we criticized the government for banning the BBC documentary here. I am not going to sit here and justify a ban on any movie.
Yep.
And let the people decide. If the people don't want to watch because they're unknown stars, etc., etc., if the film is bad, that's the risk the filmmaker takes. He will be punished for it. Let the public decide. I'm sure that is your progressive stand tonight, Dr. Raman.
Yeah. Rahul, first of all, from day one, I have categorically and on this very channel multiple times opposed a ban on any film that has been certified by the censor board and that has not been stayed by the court. So the question of the West Bengal government banning this film, I completely disagree. In fact, Mr. Adil Ranjan Chaudhary put it beautifully. He said, I would not call for a ban. I saw the film. It was a gross exaggeration, but there is no reason to ban it. So I think that is a more balanced view. The second point really is about the fact that this is a propaganda film. Why would, in multiple states ruled by BJP, would the entire cabinet go in groups to watch this film? Why would they give tax exemptions to this film? So clearly they would like to use it for propaganda. But Rahul, the point I found most disconcerting in the Honorable Supreme Court's order is that they say that they will review the censor board certification issue after the vacation. On 18th of July, they will start to discuss whether the censor board certification was appropriate or not.
Yeah, but they are not talking about, they're talking about age limits and all that other stuff. So they are not talking about banning the film. No, Dr. Raman, they are not talking about...
The point is, Rahul,
Yeah,
the point is, Rahul,
Yeah.
if anything had to be done about it, it had to be done now.
Yeah, that's a different look. I'm not going into
in July.
I'm not going into the certification standard as in should it be an adult movie or a universal adult and all that. Forget all that. I'm not going into that. I agree with you. That's a separate debate and we can have that debate. But I'm glad, sir, you've taken a progressive stand.
That should have come now.
So can I ask you a question? First of all, Shehzad Poonawalla is showing us something. What is this, Shehzad?
Congress leader calls for ban on Kerala story. MM Hassan, Kerala Congress officially called for a ban, and Irfan Ansari.
What are you quoting? Deccan Herald.
Deccan Herald. Congress CPM urged government to ban screening of the Kerala story. Then I'll quote ANI. Congress leader MM Hassan calls for the ban on Kerala story, and Irfan Ansari in fact threatened violence on your channel. He said that I will break down the theatres if it's shown in Jharkhand. He's an MLA.
Okay, Dr. Dutta has a response and then I want to move on.
No, but Mr. Sumansi Raman gave a clean chit to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary in the Congress. Their true face is even worse.
He was only talking about one leader from the Congress who took a balanced view, so that's fine. It's okay.
Whoever this
MLA one second. I just want to ask two quick questions.
In the Lok Sabha.
Jitendra Awad wanted to hang the filmmakers.
This is the NCP.
Yeah.
This is the ecosystem, viewers. Dr.
Please
Datta, you want to make a quick interjection? Please make it. I need to move on, sir, to another story. Yes.
Of course.
Please.
Now,
I want to move on to the Congress story next.
A couple of Banos, but Shehzad forgot to mention Bilkis Bano. Now, again, I will go back to the original point that BJP is ruling the country for 9 years. From Achyutanand to Oman Chandi.
Sir, what are we discussing here? The hypocrisy of the BJP. Fair enough, sir, they are hypocrites. Why do you want to be like the BJP? You're the alternative.
You're not letting me finish, Rahul. This is unfair.
Okay, please finish. I don't know what you're saying.
My question is, when BJP is ruling the country, after two non-BJP chief ministers have said that there is a problem in Kerala, why there is no official number? Why there is no official data? Now coming back,
I'll tell you why. Because state governments have to report those numbers. If the state governments themselves are calling for a ban on a movie that depicts the reality, you know where we stand. And by the way, sir, excuse me, 1 second. Riju Dutta, you're an experienced spokesperson. You're a very experienced spokesperson. Whether it is one case or one too many cases or 100 cases, what difference does it make? This is an endeavor by a filmmaker. He doesn't have a right.
I wanted this point from you, Rahul. Now, same on the same thing.
Then you don't say 32,000 and make a film.
But that's not the part of the film. Have you gone and seen the film now?
Jeez.
8 seconds. I am the movie myself. So,
Mr. Rahul Ishwar said it's a slippery slope. Now, Mr. Rahul Ishwar, we are in charge of the law and order of Bengal.
I'll tell you what is a slippery slope. One second. Sir, the movie has been watched across the country and it has returned from the box office with huge reception. Clearly, millions of people have watched this movie and there has been peace all over, except for in West Bengal. You were using a specious excuse and that has been shot down by the Supreme Court, no less. Now, we've gone over this, sir. Please, let's move on if you have anything new to point out.
Why don't you take care of the bombs exploding in West Bengal and the post-poll violence, Riju? Stop targeting films and take care about the bombs that are exploding in TMC leaders' house. The bombs exploding in TMC leaders' house is a law and order problem.
Now, this is becoming an awful public cantankerous spat. I'm lowering the faders. Viewers, look, the fact is, if the defense is going to be that the BJP doesn't care about women's rights, etc., and therefore we are in the right to blacklist a film, etc., then that can't be a defense. Because this movie maker has gone to court and the Supreme Court has rubber stamped his position. Now, you can go to the courts and you can file cases against the BJP for ignoring the plight of women at the Jantar Mantar, the women wrestlers, or Bilkis Bano, and that there is a case, in fact, in the Supreme Court on that issue. Let the Supreme Court decide. Times Now has always taken a progressive view. We said that the individuals who were released, due process should have been followed. On that issue, I have tweeted that, viewers. So there is no whataboutery going on here. The point is, every time a question has to be asked of some government in the opposition, they immediately want to turn it around and say, no, you have to ask the other party the question. Otherwise, this is not a democracy. Democracy is dying. And Mr. Pathan is so strange, viewers. He says today, oh, the movie is fake propaganda. Okay, it's a fictional film. Chalo. Everything is wrong about it, lies. But if I ask you, Mr. Pathan, is the Kashmir file fictional? What was going to be your response? Why did you oppose that? Rahul Shivshankar is sitting here. He was driven out of his home.
With the greatest respect to the women of our country,
Achha, now you're not going to answer me that question.
If a woman is forceful converted,
it's okay. I am sitting here, sir.
She has a right to
my family was driven out of that, of the valley for being Hindu. I'll tell you very clearly, for being Hindu. You have no right tonight. You have no right tonight to cherry pick your examples and fictionalize.
You are so much worried about the Muslim empowerment. Kindly make a film on Bilkis Banu.
Sir, why don't you make it? Why don't you make it? Who's stopping you? Who's stopping you? You have the resources. Mr. Owaisi is the #1 champion of Muslim rights. He should make the film and star in it as the barrister who should be defending her. Why isn't he fighting her case?
No. Because
why isn't he fighting her case?
That you are the champions of
he's a champion of Muslim rights. You are raising the issue of Bilkis Bano. Why have you never championed? Why has Mr. No, I'm asking you. Why has Mr. Owaisi never fought her case? Why hasn't he appeared pro bono for her? Why? Why?
See.
Don't say see and that. Now let's go on. Let's move on, viewers.
If we say that the government...
The point is the Supreme Court has laid down the law. Let's hope that the law is now upheld.